The truth about the debt ceiling. Hi there, crypto fans. Dick Allgire here in beautiful sunny Honolulu, Hawaii. I'm going to rant for about 5 minutes today. I'm watching the news today, and it just amuses me. I get a chuckle, and so I want to go off a little bit. So in the news today, well, first of all, a really good sign. The Federal Reserve. I said Federal Reserve. Excuse me. Not the Federal Reserve, the private banking cabal that prints fake money and charges us interest to use that money. The representative of that cabal announced today that they would be raising interest rates again, charging us more money to use money that doesn't exist, that never existed, that they make in a computer, and charge us interest to use. So Powell is raising interest rates again. And immediately the stock market went into the red, and the Dow Jones Industrial and the S&P was down. But cryptocurrencies were up. Now this is great news because it shows that cryptos are starting to decouple from the rotting corpse of the putrid, dying financial system that is past its time. So while this is happening, Jerome Powell, an actor, and Kevin McCarthy, Speaker of the House, an actor, and Joe Biden, definitely a bad actor. McCarthy and President Biden met in the White House to talk about raising the debt ceiling. Now, McCarthy, an actor, is trying to play the role of responsibility, like we can't go farther into debt. We need to do something to stop this wild spending. We need to balance the budget. Not possible. And the Democrats are saying, this is rich, this is really good. I got to laugh out of this. The Democrats are saying, we have a constitutional duty, we have a responsibility to raise the debt limit. It's always been done. It's the full faith and credit of the United States. Yeah. So apparently the Constitution requires Democrats to go further and further and further into debt by not having a budget, by just spending more and more money on programs that will push us toward communism. That's their constitutional duty, according to them. It's all just a show. It's all just a game. When COVID started, what was the national debt? About 27 trillion. You know, who can keep track? Now it's up. Today it's like 31.5 trillion. And they want to raise it a few more trillion. I mean, what's a few more $1 trillion? That level of debt is, I guess I want to see how long they can sustain it, because they can sustain this. They've been sustaining this for quite a while, but it's money that never existed and never will exist, that can no way be paid back. There's no possible way. The United States doesn't have the productivity to pay the interest and principal on a debt that is over $31 trillion. And if you look at the world debt, what banks have been doing with derivatives, it's really up into the hundreds of trillions of dollars. So this will never be paid back. It doesn't matter if it's 31 trillion or 34 trillion or 27 trillion. It's just a number, and there's no intent to pay it back. It never will be paid back. What we've been saying at CryptoViewing for 5 years now is that we are in the transition to a new financial system. So you and I get to see something really interesting. I'm not going to claim that it's entertaining, because the end of a civilization is always tragic. It's going to be deeply interesting on a tragic level. I wouldn't call it entertaining, but we get to see this happen. We're witnessing it right now with, they say, is there a problem at the border? No, there's no problem, and there's no border. It's been decreed that 100 million people will come in because it's the end of the civilization. So what you see with the dismantling systematically of police departments, the dismantling of the economy, the dismantling of the borders, the dismantling of trust in any institution, voting. How many of you believe that we have honest elections? Raise your hand. How many of you believe modern medicine is really helping you? Raise your hand. So it's the dismantling of everything, and it's the transition to a new financial system which is going to be governed with smart contracts, with digital IDs, with distributed ledger technology on blockchains using cryptocurrencies. So you see big financial institutions like BlackRock finally admitting, well, we're investing a little bit in Bitcoin. Yeah, this Bitcoin might have there might be something to it. We'll invest a little bit in that. Yeah, that's what they're saying publicly. It's going to be cryptocurrencies. So it's easy to be disheartened to watch this. It is a fabulous show. It's disturbing on many levels. What we do at CryptoViewing is we try to look at this chaos from a higher altitude. Like, all right, there's nothing you can do about it. This is the reason it's being done. We explain that, and we explain how you can protect yourself and navigate through this time that is going to be one of the most astounding times in the history of humanity. The end of a civilization is always, it's a really big show. So if you want more information that we don't publish publicly here on YouTube, because we're so sustainable, we're so inclusive, and we love diversity. So we don't, we follow the community guidelines to a T, but we talk about some things privately on our private site, which is patreon.com/CryptoViewing. You can join today at the lowest level and just take a sample of some of the great material. We do amazing remote viewing work. We have incredible interviews with people with knowledge of what's happening, and really interesting people there with great discussions that we have privately. So check it out and enjoy the show. This is coming to we just did some remote viewing predictive work, and we think things are going to get real interesting in that little conflict over in Eastern Europe with Ukraine. Watch what happens in the next couple of months. This is going to really start to kick off big time pretty soon. Okay, that's it.